Hello guys, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a bit since I've made a video. I'm still really trying to plan into getting back into videos, but I can't really make any promises right now. It's that time of year. Replays are coming out. I'm wearing this stupid Christmas hat, and I'm gonna go for my replay today. I've seen some people do it. Like, I've seen some videos of people do it. I find them interesting. I thought I'd make one myself. So if you're interested, get some cool music recommendations or not. This is just what this is. So yes, I use Apple Music because I'm a nerd. I feel like, well, yeah, no, because I did this last year. I did like a video of my replay last year. I gotta admit, Spotify Wraps are way better than Apple Music replays. And also too, I think Apple Music is better just in general. I think the Wraps on Spotify are better than Apple Music, but I think in general, like, Apple Music better, maybe a little bit. Just saying. Anyway, let me just say before scrolling down that this replay is going to be heavily influenced by My Chemical Romance, and I already know that. I mean, you could already see my number one artist is My Chemical Romance. For like a few months, I just remember being completely obsessed with My Chemical Romance, and I played them all the time. But I mean, like, during those 3 months, I played a lot of music, but also, that music was only My Chemical Romance, and I'm not exaggerating that at all. It was only MCR, like nothing else. I don't know how I didn't go crazy, but I just at the time loved it, and that is why they're number one, and a lot of the number ones on this replay are gonna be MCR. And honestly, I don't know what happened. I just woke up one day, kind of found Gerard's voice annoying. I don't want to say annoying. He's a good vocalist, but like, I don't know. I just woke up one day and it was just like, oh, I'm not like religiously obsessed with them anymore. I haven't listened to them like since like in months, but they are like number one probably all across the charts. But hey, whatever. Okay, 797 artists. Yeah, My Chemical Romance number one by a lot. I don't even know how many hours that is, but it was only like I listened to them really only like these few months out of the year, only them, and then after that, I didn't listen to really them at all the rest of the year, which it's been a while, but I don't know. They are number one, and you know what? Like, they do hold a special place in my heart, even though I don't really listen to them that much anymore, really at all, but. Number two, Radiohead. This was kind of like the same thing as My Chemical Romance. I went through like a month phase of only listening to Radiohead, and then I kind of stopped listening to them completely. But still like them. I don't know what happened. It's like with My Chemical Romance. It's not like I don't like them anymore. It's just I don't go out of my way to listen to their music. I don't know why. Maybe I just overplayed it like crazy, which would actually make a lot of sense. But I don't know. Slaughter to Prevail, awesome ass Russian deathcore band. I've been listening to it throughout the whole year. I can't wait for their new album. Like, seriously, I can't wait. But yeah, I've been listening to them a lot the past few months. But like, they're just awesome. They're new. They're just dominating, and they're awesome. Love them, and I love Alex. Alex Terrible. Love that guy. Bring Me the Horizon. Just a really fun band, a really classic band, a really big band that has been all over the place, but I love all of it. Like, I usually say, like, they went from deathcore to pop. They're not, like, really pop music. Well, they kind of are. I don't know. Like, their first album was deathcore. It was really heavy. It was, like, brutal. But then their last stuff and some of their songs off their later stuff kind of are like just poppy, like pop music. And it's just kind of funny to see those both extremes. But I also love them because they do what they want. They don't like sell out, do what's popular. They do what they want. They might have like a demolishing breakdown in a regular pop song. And that's why I love them. They just do what they want. And Ali is a cool guy. Mariah Carey, I know that may seem surprising to a lot of people, but I'm not ashamed. I love Mariah Carey. She's awesome. And the comments I get, like, she only, like, people only listen to her in the Christmas time. I guess this is just one friend. But, like, no. She's awesome. Paleface Swiss, honestly, one of my favorite bands off of this whole list I have, out of my replay. Um, they are just like so angry and pissed, and I love it. Like if I'm angry and you just are angry at the world, just angry in general. Like they are just pure anger, and I love it so much. Probably one of my favorite metal bands. I don't know about my favorite. I never even thought about that, but I don't know. They're really good. Slipknot is kind of like Radiohead and My Chemical Romance. I haven't like that was kind of it's kind of at the beginning of the year. I haven't listened to them in a bit. Um, Suicide Silence. Just to clarify, I don't think I've ever clarified this one. Suicide Silence is on my replay because it was last year. This is specifically old Suicide Silence with Mitch, not their later stuff. I haven't checked that out. I've heard a lot of different things, mostly that it's awful. But I can't really say because I haven't checked it out. But I love the stuff with Mitch on it, and that is the stuff. So that is like the 1,515 minutes. That's all of that. Knocked Loose, very similar to Paleface Swiss, but Knocked Loose is like really big. Paleface Swiss not as much. They're both still like, you know, far off bands, but Knocked Loose I think is way bigger. They play at Coachella, you know, but they are also just like pissed. Like that is just the best word to describe them, especially Knocked Loose, just pissed. Kanye West, yeah. I think hip hop is a genre that I'm like least knowledgeable in, and it was only in like the past few months I really started trying to get into hip hop. And Kanye, no matter what you think of him as a person, he's got some damn good music, and like he is kind of a musical genius. I'm not saying like he said some interesting stuff, you know. I'm not saying that's right, but just person aside, whoever he is aside, he's got good music. Avenged Sevenfold, just an awesome band. That's it, really. Linkin Park, same thing. System of a Down, same thing. I guess Linkin Park's and System of a Down I haven't listened to. Kind of like Slipknot, I haven't listened to in a very long time. But I guess I listened to a lot of them when I did listen to them. And The Strokes for 14. I'm surprised they're there because I'm like, I guess I just play them more in the background. I don't think I've really listened to The Strokes like specifically. I remember there was this one time recently I did. I listened to the Is This It album because that's kind of just like the mood I was feeling, you know. But I feel like, at least when I play them, it's most of the time just in the background. But they are a good band. I mean, they're number 14, so out of 797 for me. So, Die Hard is Murder, which is a band I've been playing a lot of in the past month. So this is only as of like really, really recently. Yeah, they're a really good band. Just anger too, or hate. But yeah, okay. Top songs. I Don't Love You. This whole freaking top played song is gonna be The Black Parade. I can say that now. But again, I haven't really listened to them in a bit. But you know what? It happened. Yeah, I Don't Love You. 626 plays. I played this song so much that I know there was one day I went to school and I only listened to this song. I would literally listen to this song on repeat. Like the song would end and then it would just start back up again. And I would do that for literal like that's not even like straight hours. Like I'd have it on a playlist. Okay, because I made this playlist, and the whole playlist was literally just this song, so whenever you would play it, it would just be this song on repeat, and I would play that playlist, like, just hours on end. Not even exaggerating. Just all the time. And then, yeah, I just stopped. But yeah. Teenagers, that was just Jam, Dead, Jam, Demolisher, just demolishing, you know? And I know this album is like from 2021, and this song is like it's still recent, but like just wait like a decade or something, and like this band, but this album and song specifically is gonna be like a complete classic. It's too no, not too late, too early to say because they came out in 2021 with that album, but like I think in a few years time or like down the road, like this album is gonna be a classic. It's such a good deathcore album. Yeah, Welcome to the Black Parade. Honestly, no matter like whatever the hate they get, I don't know about hate, but like, you know, cuz it's the emo song, it's emo anthem, whatever. This song is really really good. Like I know I Don't Love You is like my most played, but I think that this is probably My Chemical Romance's best song, and I know it's their most popular, but I don't think it's overrated. Like just it's just so grand. It's about death. It's just beautiful. It's so good. And haven't listened to it in a bit, but like I'd still just it's just awesome. It's just a ballad. It's just awesome. Is it a ballad? I don't know. You Only Live Once, Suicide Silence, deathcore anthem, The End, which kind of goes this. It's just that one goes along with Dead, because like if you play them on the album like back to back, they'll like flow together like simultaneously. Because I kind of consider Dead and The End like the same song, but they are technically not the same song. But I kind of count them as the same song. Dead Ringer, Knocked Loose. I was obsessed with that breakdown for like a few months. I still love it, but like, oh my god, that song is crazy. So Far Away, I think one of my favorite songs of all time. Just means so much to me. The Adults Are Talking, just a chill song. I'm Not Okay, an emo song. Nude, beautiful song. That like drop at the end of the song is like one of the most beautiful things ever. Like seriously, that is the only. Okay, I don't want to say the only reason. The whole song is good, but like the main reason why I love that song is the ending is just so good. It's just like I can't even explain it. Bone Breaker from the same album, just it's the first song off the album, and it's just such a good punch in the face to start off the album. Oh my god, I can't talk today. Um, it's just it's bone breaking as the title says. It's just awesome. Hots of Fools, just a groovy ass like song. Please End Me, which is actually a song that came out by Paleface Swiss like in July or something. Like it came out this year, but um, that song is just so pissed too. I know I keep using that word, but best way to describe it. Awesome song. Um, yeah, top albums, The Black Parade, obviously. I think that in general, that's probably like my favorite album of all time. I don't think like I don't know, like I think it means the most to me out of any album ever, but I have not listened to it in a while. But it does mean a lot to me because I played that stuff all the time, and I went to bed thinking about this album. I watched so many videos on it, like I was obsessed with it. But also the band, but more specifically this album. Um, Slaughter to Prevail, that album I was talking about, the classic that will be in like 10 years time probably. Coastalome, whatever. I should probably know how to pronounce that by now if I'm playing it that much, but yeah, that album, just anger, awesome. Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, a classic emo pop punk album, just good stuff. OK Computer, you know, the Radiohead album, really good. Fear and Dagger by Paleface Swiss, which I don't think is that popular of an album. I mean, I don't know how to define popular, but like compared to like Knocked Loose or something, like I think maybe out of all the artists on this list, I feel like yeah, I would think Paleface Swiss is probably like least monthly listeners, which does not mean anything, you know. You can like whatever artist or whatever, and their monthly listeners does not mean anything, you know. But this album is just awesome. I think like this album just like holds a special place in my heart too. I mean, all these albums do, I guess, but this one is just like pure anger. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of it. In Rainbows, another beautiful Radiohead album, very colorful, obviously. Laughing, laugh tracks, not laughing tracks. Knock Loose album, love that album. That one's also just pissed. Um, yeah, that one just reminds me of last year, freshman year of high school. I remember discovering this album and just like I kept playing the breakdown to Oblivion's Peak, and I loved it so much. I would be like, because we'd have gym, which I hated that class, but like we would work out. We'd go to the gym. I mean, because there was like a yeah, there was like a gym like right next to us that had a bunch of weight machines and whatever. And I would listen because I would sneak my headphones and my phone into PE. I mean, she didn't really care. Because I also wasn't a bad kid. You know, there were a bunch of kids that just snuck their phone in and didn't do crap. And I didn't use my phone when I was in PE. I just had it so, like, my earbuds would connect, you know? But I remember, like, I kept replaying Oblivion's Peak breakdown and just, like, making a stank face in gym. Because I was just so into it. You know, it's just that album just reminds me of last year, which is last year was awful, like worst year of my life. But it holds a special place in my heart. I don't want to keep saying that, but like honestly, it's what it is. The Cleansing, that one's classic for me. One of the first deathcore albums I got into, and honestly, one of the best deathcore albums of all time. Classic, you know. Like the Slaughter to Prevail song or the this album like in 10 years time is going to be like this, you know. It's going to be classic, because this album is like 10, 20 years old now. Over 10, not 20, I don't think. Hate, Thy Art Is Murder, a classic album. just just hate, that is like, and honestly I think about that a lot. Hate is just the best word to describe that album because it's just anger. And you know, a lot of people like my friends, you know, because they know I like this type of music, and of course I don't think I have a friend that kind of likes this type of music, but they understand it, you know, whatever. Or no, they don't understand it, they just like they know and they're like okay. But like my mom was just like, because I played around her, you know, and she's like, just this just like makes me want to punch a wall. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly the point. um and that's kind of what this album is. It's just like, because like the whole genre is dark, you know, it's very angry, it's very just raw, you know. But I like it just when I'm feeling angry and just, I don't know. It's also just something to groove to. I don't know. Pain Remains, Lorna Shore. I think this album, I know I've said it like 5 times now, but this album will always hold a special place in my heart. Like it's it's like one of the most. It's I think it's like the most beautiful deathcore record ever. It came out last year, I think, but it's just it's so beautiful but brutal at the same time, and it's just awesome. The last 3 songs on that album are like my favorite thing in music ever. Just beautiful. I can't explain. Yeah, the Bends, Radiohead. Yeah, the Blueprint, Jay Z. Just an awesome Jay Z album. I mean, it's a classic, I know, but like there is no bad song on that album. It's just that's just an album I just replay a lot. You know, I don't care what song it is. Um, any song in that album's good. I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love. Just like My Chemical Romance, you know? It's I think it gets mixed reviews, you know. I feel like you either love it or you hate it. but it's like a very, very emo album. I don't like using the word emo, but like that's kind of the word to describe this album. Absolute Kublai Khan, just pissed again. That's like the best just way to describe it. Just pissed. Um, and Late Registration Kanye West, just a classic album by Kanye West. Gold Digger, love that song. Oh my god, I'm surprised that wasn't like on my number, like my top replayed. But yeah, ooh, I went too fast. Um, Top genres: metal, alternative, hard rock, death metal, death and black metal, and adult alternative. I don't know what adult alternative is, but and hard rock and death and black metal basically are just metal, because I've seen what Apple Music like categorizes as hard rock, because I know like Bring Me the Horizon is considered hard rock, which some I could see, but like some like they don't categorize like I don't think they categorize music good, at least when it comes to metal. So I'd basically just say my top genres are metal, alternative, and whatever the heck adult alternative is. And yeah, that's my replay. So bam.